What's new at Disneyland? The gift shop at Runaway Railway is open. The EP Ripley is back. And we've got great news on Earl of Sandwich in downtown Disney. And that's all coming up next on Fresh Baked. Hi guys, David here with Fresh Baked with what's new in the Disney parks this week. We're going to head to Toontown first, where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway has been open for a few weeks now, but the gift shop has not. For yesterday, when you exited the attraction, there was no gift shop, just red curtains. I had been advised by cast that the gift shop would not open until the rest of the land did on March 19th, but that is not the case. Yesterday, the gift shop was open, and we took a tour. And the store looks great, in my opinion. Well-themed. Looks like a fun, kid-friendly train shop, which my guess is just what it is. A train shop featuring Doodlebug model trains, which the nephews appear to be big fans of. Unfortunately, you're not able to buy one of those model train boxes. Display only. I really enjoyed this cash wrap as well. Vintage cash registers. You guys remember you had to push the buttons and the little number would pop up? But again, those are props only. I watched for a while to see if they functioned, to see if the numbers changed on the registers, but they never did. I'm pretty sure I would have lost my mind with joy if they did. Maybe someday. Okay, so here's a train schedule that's also, this is typical of Disney and their theming. I love this. Train 99.5 will be arriving at, 6:57-ish on track 1 or 14. Stay tuned. I guess we'll find out which one that is. Track 2, that's where you're going to find train 43. Maybe. They're not sure. The Toontown Railway is just kind of winging it, but they'll get you there eventually. Probably. Maybe. Train tracks along the floor. Nice touch. And of course, there's a model train running around the perimeter of the building, just like they do over on at the Emporium. So I love this. This is great. And hopefully they can sort of embellish this as time goes on, give it a little more character, a little more personality. But I love this. As for the merchandise, a large part of it is stuff that you can find in other shops, which is usually the case. But thankfully, there is also some ride-specific merchandise. Runaway Railway magnets. Here's Mickey and Minnie's car from the ride, complete with Pluto holding the perfect picnic basket. You can see Mickey and Minnie in the back there. They can be placed in the car seat, and I think you can fit Pluto in the back. It's a remote control car. And yes, you can. There you see Pluto in the back seat. RCM here doing a demo for me. He was an expert at getting the car to the corner around the table. There's a Christmas tree ornament. We got a fun engineer-themed shirt for kids. And an adult t-shirt featuring all the scenes from the attraction. Pete doing some construction and Daisy doing the conga. There's the underwater scene, the twister, the fairground. I'm doing this in reverse, I think. And there's Goofy in the middle, our train conductor. The ever-present Minnie ears. These are super cute. You got Mickey and Minnie on the right ear. The bird in the middle. I think he has a name, although I can't recall it at the moment. I think he's going to become something of a star as the years go by. Kind of like Figment, but not quite on that level. But I can already sense that there will be merch just for him. He's awesome. He's fun. He's cute. And people are going to really like him, I think. And then you got Pluto with the perfect picnic basket again on the left ear. I think this is a coffee mug. I think it's the oddly shaped thing. If it is, it's something. I don't know. It's a train. And that's the ride-specific merchandise. I did find, though, some other really fun stuff in the back corner of the store that I haven't yet seen elsewhere in the park. It's new to me, at least. And, of course, I'm going to start. I love this women's cardigan. I love cardigans. But this one looks great. Here's a pink mini t-shirt. I love this as well. How about this very 90s-inspired sweatshirt? It's great. It's great. But I really love the mini sweater vest. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't have a men's version. There is a Mickey sweater vest, but I can only find this in women's sizes. I would totally rock a sweater vest. I haven't done one in a while. I haven't worn one in a while, but I would totally rock it again. I'd even go for a pink and green one like this if they had one in my size. You got a classic Mickey-style baseball hat. And these sweatpants are amazing. One for Minnie and one for Mickey. Classic Mickey t-shirt, yes please. The jacket is pretty great too. So I love this place. This place is great. It's very crowded in there, so be prepared. You got your exit traffic, plus a lot of people looking for the merch. It was a little bit stuffy in there, but it's great. I love it. Stop by Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Catch a ride on the train. This is quickly becoming my favorite attraction in the park. I've been on it, I don't know, a dozen times now. And then exit through the gift shop and see what strikes your Mickey-loving soul. But actually, that's not the only new train-related thing you can do at Disneyland. Head to the Disneyland Railroad at Town Square, and you may find a new train on the tracks, one that hasn't run in over 6 years. The EP Ripley. Disney's been spending a lot of time refurbishing this train, one of the engines that appeared on opening day. It's the engine that Walt appeared with in this photo from way back in the day. The train was named after Edward Payson Ripley, one of the founders of the Santa Fe Railroad, a train that Walt was fond of. You hear a lot of stories about him just going on train rides for the fun of it. The restoration of the train began back in 2021. They replicated the original boiler, the headlamp, and the bell. Replicated because some of the parts needed, they're not even manufactured anymore. And it's this kind of thing that shows that's Disney at its best. It's the pure Disney. There's so much respect for the park, for the train line, specifically for the Disneyland Railroad, and for Walt, that they went the extra mile to make it as authentic as possible, going so far as to manufacture on their own parts needed to keep the train being as authentic as it is. A multi-year process, and I am so unbelievably in love with that. I'm grateful that they put in that kind of time and care, and it's something that people need to be aware of, because there's dissatisfaction, but this is love. This is Disney loving their park. I took a ride on this rainy day so I could hear that bell ring and the whistle blow and the steam engine chug along. And I want to say that it sounds different from the other trains. The EP Ripley whistle and bell sound different than the other trains. The whistle has a different personality. I'm not sure how to describe the sound of a whistle, but I prefer to think that it sounds older. Even if it isn't. Even the sound of the train gaining steam sounds more vintage. It's an audible, slow, and building chug as the train gains speed.
For those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride.
And I'm telling you, the first time I heard that on this day, it felt like it was the first time I'd ever heard the train do that. I even listened to the CK Holiday to see what difference there might be. And again, I didn't hear it nearly as pronounced on the Holiday as I did on the EP Ripley.
At this time, we do ask that you please remain seated, keeping your hands on your seat legs inside the train. And walk into all children using them to the way. Train opening for firming on there, Guardian Flight.
Bye-bye, fresh bait!
So again, probably me just romanticizing the experience, but I prefer it that way anyway. In my mind, I'm going to romanticize it. I don't care if it's right or not. Take a ride, Fresh Baked, and let me know what you think, which we're going to keep doing. We have fun saying that Walt loved trains. I mean, it's true. It absolutely is. Walt did love trains. People say it was all started by a mouse, but the truth of things is that Disneyland, from my perspective, was started by Walt's love of trains. He loved trains so much he built one in his backyard, but that wasn't enough. He wanted an even bigger train set to play around with. And so Disneyland was born. It's nothing more. Disneyland is nothing more, when you really think about it from the long view, than a life-size train set, complete with fantastic towns that you can travel around and through. For real, it's a life-size train set. And it's an amazing accomplishment. I cannot believe he did that. He wanted a big train set and he got one. And so the EP Ripley, for me, on this day, it's a living symbol of that story. Ride the EP Ripley, and you ride with Walt Disney.
The mysterious spirits of Grand Turn the hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. Required. If you're into soaring spaceships, doing battle with these empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is...
There are no ramps available. So once again, please keep those strollers or wheelchairs folded until you reach the bottom of the steps. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full length of stop and hold on to these streets for the day.
Okay, that was exciting. That was fun. We're going to head out of the park into downtown Disney, where we'll end with an update from Earl of Sandwich. In our last construction update, we advised that the sit-down restaurant part of Earl's had opened. We came back on this day to get some more coverage of that fan-favorite eatery, and in the process, we learned a few things. Well, confirmed, actually, what we had already suspected. The Earl of Sandwich will, in fact, wind up in the part of downtown Disney that is currently under construction at its former site. You guys remember when we filmed that taking down Earl's not so long ago? Oh my God, that was so much fun. That building is gone. It's just dirt right now, but it's going to go right back there, but bigger and better than it's ever been. The new Earl of Sandwich, which apparently is a new thing. Earl of Sandwich as a chain was just a sandwich shop, but they're building something special here just for downtown Disney. This new Earl of Sandwich will include the tavern and the bar like it does today at the old La Brea Bakery site, but it's going to be a 3-story structure. Bottom floor will be the sandwich shop, second floor will be the sit-down restaurant, and the top floor will be a rooftop bar. How exciting! Construction of Earl's, and I suspect the rest of this part of downtown Disney, will be complete by the summer of 2024. That's breaking news right here on Fresh Baked. We're breaking it down for you. The downtown Disney construction is expected to be done by summer of 2024. And one thing that we can observe from this news is that if Earl's is going to be a 3-story building, or at least a 2-story building with a bar on the roof, that means that the rest of the buildings attached to it will be as well. So it promises to be a very impressive space, and I'm looking forward to it. Back at Earl's today, the restaurant and bar are open and serving guests, but to date there has been no breakfast. We got an update on that as well. Breakfast service will begin this coming Monday, the 13th. Here's a look at the breakfast menu. And then here's the lunch and dinner menu, which I suspect will be the same menu that they have when the new and improved Earl's opens up next summer. And that will wrap our What's New at Disneyland update. Thank you guys very much for watching. Follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked, on Twitter at FreshBakedDisney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney. And if you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/FreshBaked. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And Fresh Baked